Well, thank you very much. Please make some noise for a Scottish bagpiper, Alan Bentley. And while you're applauding, please also let's thank our wonderful music provider, Vera Smijuski. Thank you very much. We are gathered on the treaty lands and the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We recognize the importance of acknowledging this land and the indigenous peoples and the elders that took care of it for thousands of years before any of us stepped foot here. We pay respect to all Anishinaabe, as well as other First Nations, Métis, and Inuit past, present, and future. Chi Miigwech. I would like, please remain standing, and we are all going to sing the national anthem, because one of our inductees today is a singer, and she's going to be like watching, listening to all of us, all right? And her presenter is also a singer. So everybody, and listen, you don't have to have a great voice to sing the national anthem of the country that sustains us and that we love, but just sing with heart, sing with passion, nice and loud, all right? Here we go. Please take your seats, my friends. Thank you to those that sang along. Those that didn't, we'll make sure we have notes for you next year. I love this country. And I love Mississauga, and I love the folks that help grow our beautiful city. And today, we honor three of those very exceptional individuals who've made their mark in their respective industry, but with their time, their expertise, and their philanthropy, they have really helped shape Mississauga. They have helped grow Mississauga. They have built and gotten communities together. And I think these are three legends that when generations to come, these three, along with our other legends, will always be remembered because they made their mark, they left their mark, their legacy in the great city of Mississauga in this beautiful country of Canada. So make some noise for our legends, please. So to bring greetings, I would like to invite our acting mayor. She's a really good actor. She might consider taking the role full time. I don't know. I don't think so. But she is our Ward 3 councillor. Please welcome the acting mayor, Chris Fonseca.
Thank you so much, Jake, and good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I am the acting mayor and councillor for Ward 3, Chris Fonseca, and on behalf of Mayor Cromley, I am so honored to welcome all of you here to City Hall today, along with my council colleagues, Councillor Stephen Dasco from Ward 1, and Yes. And Councillor Brad Butt from Ward 11, I know I saw him come in. And forgive me, I don't believe I saw any other councillors come in, but if so, welcome to all of you. To mark Mississauga's 11th annual induction ceremony for Legends Row. I would also like to welcome Consul General of Portugal, Dr. Joaquim de Rosario, and elected colleagues of another order of government. I know you will be hearing from one of these later on. Mississauga Lakeshore MP Charles Sousa, and Mississauga East Cooksville MP Peter Fonseca. And I hope I haven't missed any elected officials that may be joining us here today. I would also like to thank the outstanding ongoing efforts of Ron Duquette, the Board of Directors, and the Legends Row community partners for their commitment to honoring Mississauga's most inspiring individuals. Going over the 11 years of very impressive Legends Row inductees and reviewing the 3 passionate and compassionate legends being inducted here today, it becomes very apparent that we have so many legends, local heroes in our great city of Mississauga who give of their time and talent each and every day. And your vision for Legends Row has ensured that their stories can be told, honored, and celebrated. On behalf of the city of Mississauga, I would like to congratulate the incredibly accomplished individuals whom we are paying tribute here today. This is the highest honor that our city can give, and I hope that the inductees, their families, friends, and loved ones, and all of our residents can take pride in their accomplishments. Today's inductees have made, and I'm going to say a Hazelism, think about it. Today's inductees have made positive, important, and lasting contributions, not only in Mississauga, but across the country and around the world, as leaders in their fields and as inspirations for the next generation. Today, we honor an incredibly talented and respected singer, entertainer, songwriter, and humanitarian, Patti Jannetta. Patti is also a Mississauga Music Walk of Fame inductee, and that's because when you think of Mississauga's music scene, Patti is the first to come to mind. Patti, your soulful voice is beyond compare. You have used your incredible gifts to connect us and engage us, no matter from what walk of life, through your music, lyrics, your song, to remind us that when we sing and dance together, we will always find common ground to come together to support one another and become a stronger community together. We also honor Prazeres, a supporter of key organizations in the Portuguese community, including Luso Charitable Society and the Portuguese Cultural Centre here in Mississauga, a past chair and longtime supporter of Mississauga, as well as an entrepreneur and business owner of Senso Group Building Supplies, who still finds time in his very busy schedule to always lend a helping hand. Jack, no matter when I see you, you are always smiling. Of course, the biggest smiles go to your family and your beloved granddaughters. At the same time, the smiles at Luso events, at Luso Centre in Mississauga, you are in your element. Through Luso, Mississauga, and so many other ways, you have committed to volunteering. Equity, diversity, and inclusion is your everyday pledge, and you welcome and empower all those around you. committed philanthropist who has made significant contributions to our healthcare system through Trillium Health Partners and the future Peter Gilgan Mississauga Hospital. Peter, the Peter Gilgan Foundation, I want to thank you personally for. This is an incredible, tremendous gift. In fact, the largest donation to a hospital in Canadian history. To help redevelop our Mississauga Hospital as a way, and also as a way to expand and redevelop the Queensway Health Centre. Yesterday was World Prematurity Day. Our sons, Alexander and Sebastian, were born prematurely almost 18 years ago at Trillium Hospital, Mississauga. And I had the honor and privilege of going to the NICU yesterday with our sons to thank the incredible staff for all that they do. And your monumental historic contribution will ensure that 200,000 square feet spanning over 2 floors within the Peter Gilgan Mississauga Hospital is the first women's and children's hospital focusing on health equity and inclusive care for everyone for generations to come. Finally, I want to express my gratitude to Heritage Mississauga for organizing the event today and providing a platform to recognize and celebrate the outstanding achievements of individuals who have left an indelible mark on our city. Since that very first time in 1960, when then named Mississauga Heritage Foundation Citizens Group saw the vision to move a heritage home to the Bradley House to a permanent location, you have continued to strive very successfully to create a sustainable heritage resource, contributing to the cultural vibrancy of our great city of Mississauga, and through strong collaborations like the one formed with Legends Row, you ensure the celebration of heritage is accessible and available to all. So in thinking of Legends Row, all those being honored today, Heritage Mississauga, and our great city of Mississauga, I wrote these few words down for all of you. Legacy is the story we leave behind, a tale of our lives, our heart and our mind. It's the impact that we make, the memories we share, the love that we give, and the way that we care. Legacy is the light that we pass on, a beacon of hope that will never be gone. It's the lessons we teach, the wisdom that we gain, the strength that we show, the courage to sustain. Legacy is the gift that we bestow, a treasure of life that will always glow. It's the kindness we spread, the joy that we bring, the beauty we see, the songs that we sing. Legacy is the dream that we pursue, a vision of hope that will always renew. It's the future we build, the world that we shape, the love that we live, the memories that we make. Thank you to the inductees here today, and thank you to Legends Row, and I look forward to the rest of the ceremony.
Oh, acting mayor, wow. You're a poet and you didn't even know it. It's awesome. That was very, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Before we start with the ceremonies, I would like to invite the man, the visionary, the founder of Legends Row. You know, Ron Duquette has made a mark in this community since he came here. He has done an incredible job. I think he has touched pretty well every organization, every nook and cranny of Mississauga. He named Square One. Think about it. Oh, there's Hazel. Think about it. She left a mark on all of us too. But Ron Duquette had this vision about 11 or so years ago, and you give to the community, and you give to the community, and then you start to see there's something missing, we need to do something, I'm going to do something, I'm going to get a bunch of people together who have like-minded, like-minded individuals, and we'll come together, these are friends of mine, and all of a sudden, before you know it, we're celebrating Legends Row. Post-retirement, some people continue to work and give back, and some people say, I've done my time, I've worked, I've given, and I'm enough, I'm not going to enjoy my life with my lovely bride and all that stuff, or my partner and all that. But Ron Duquette continues to be involved with Mississauga Arts Council, continues to be involved with Southside Shuffle, continues to be involved with Heritage Mississauga, continues with passion his vision of Legends Row. If there's a little graffiti out there on some of the monuments that we have, this guy's out there. I remember Johnny Bauer. When Johnny Bauer, there was a park named after him. He was out there every weekend making sure that there was, everything was picked up. This guy does that as well. And I just love him for the human that he is. He just cares. Please welcome the founder and the visionary of Legends Row, Mr. Ron Duquette.
Oh, thank you, Jake. What a wonderful introduction. You said it exactly the way I wrote it, so thank you. Right on, my friend.
I'm waiting for the $50, right?
Yeah, well, no, I was going to say, by the way, that brand new Lamborghini that you asked for has been delivered. You did ask for a red one, right?
I did. It was red. Roger's red.
It's even got the gull wings. How's that? Now, I'm a man of my word. You know what? I'm so excited that Jackie Richardson is in the house today. I've admired this lady's work for years, and thank you for joining us today, Jackie, to recognize your dear friend Patti. Now, if you didn't know, this lady has been called a national treasure. Now, check this out. She's appeared in 13 feature films as an actor, 70 television show appearances. She's a 3-time nominee and 1-time Gemini Award winner, a Dora Maver Moore Award winner. She's received a Maple Blues Lifetime Achievement Award and the Martin Luther King Achievement Award for her theater and music accomplishments. And last year, she received the Order of Canada. Wow. What a... Jackie, and I'm not making it sound, Jackie, like you're old, but she's been performing for 60 years. 60 years. That's amazing. And, well, here's what Jazz FM has to say about Jackie Richardson. Her vocals are a revelation, effortlessly blending gospel, blues, and jazz into a tapestry of pure musical magic. And that is Jackie. So thank you, Jackie. And she came here today, and she's going to be scurrying out of here after the introduction of Patti, because she has a gig downtown. She's rehearsing with a little group called the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. So thank you, Patti. We're going to hear from her shortly. I'd personally like to thank our 3 inductees today, as all of you epitomize precisely what Legends Row is all about. And there's one common thread that permeates through all of your stories, and that is giving back to your community. You have deeply enriched life here in Mississauga, and we thank you for that. Today you will be joining 53 others who have been enshrined in our Walk of Fame, the highest honor a citizen can achieve in our city. So again, thank you for your many contributions and welcome. I want to talk a little bit about my team. That was a wonderful introduction, Jake, but you don't do it alone. You don't do it alone. You gotta, I might have the aha moment, but I had to bring my friends and colleagues that I'd worked with for years on various things together, and that's how it all happened. So I'd like to introduce some of the original people who were part of that team. Diane Kalinchuk, Jake Dheer, and a gentleman who was largely instrumental in maneuvering us through the myriad of complications this initiative faced. Things like, what would Legends Row look like? Where would it be? How would we finance it? And I can honestly say that this wonderful project would not be here today without the enormous effort of a gentleman by the name of Norm Loberg. Norm, stand up. Norm was the president of our board, and he hung in there for, gosh, I don't know, 8 years, Norm, or something like that, until we merged our operation with Heritage Mississauga. I'd like to also talk about the Community Advisory Circle. Now, we do this a little differently than some organizations. Those of us on the board, or the management team, if you will, we don't actually vote for the inductees. We have a group of 12 individuals throughout the city representing various facets of our city, sports, health, you name it. And they come together every year, and we bring a whole bunch of inductees to them. They analyze them, and then they vote on them, and that's how it all comes together. Some of them are here today, and I'd like to introduce them. First of all, Marek Ruta. Marek's here. Mr. Mike Douglas, Mr. Mac, we like to call him. Now, Karen Lemoyne, did Karen show? Is she here? No, Karen's not here. Trevor McPherson. Yeah. Trevor's the CEO of MBOT, Mississauga Board of Trade. And I think that covers all the ones that are here. Oh, is Catherine here? I'm sorry, Catherine. Where's Catherine? There she is. She's always sitting at the back. That's why I never see her. Now, we also, oh, Judy. Where's Judy? I'm sorry, Judy. Judy Tuddy. I can't even read my own notes. Anyway, my apologies. We also have one of our alumni. I thought we'd have more today, but I guess lots are going on and things to do. But Fran Ryder, 2015 Athletics is here. Fran, stand up. Where are you? I'd like to just leave you with a couple of other thoughts. We are always looking for nominations, so in your daily activities, if you see someone or you've worked with someone who you think would be a perfect candidate for Legends Row, please go on our website. It's very simple, legendsrow.ca. You can put your nomination in, and we'll look after the rest. But we'd like to see some nominations. Also, I'd like to have you visit Legends Row if you haven't been there. It's just through the doors here, across a few steps, and it's right there. And it's all spick and span clean. I cleaned it up over the weekend, as a matter of fact. So I welcome you after the event to take a run out there. Jake, yes, I believe we have some inducting to do, so I'm going to pass it on back to you. Thank you, folks.
Thanks very much, Ron. Thanks for the Lamborghini. Hopefully in a few years you can give me the real one. All right, folks, we're going to get started. And I know Ron spoke about our next presenter who's going to introduce our first inductee, Patti Jannetta. Please welcome with thunderous applaud the one and only Jackie Richardson.
Thank you both very much. Oh my goodness. Well, everybody, I can only say that I am so happy and proud to be standing here talking about my friend, our friend, Patti Jannetta. And the first thing I want to say, I love me some Patti Jannetta. Maybe you didn't hear it over there. I love me some Patti Jannetta. Yes, indeedy. Patti Jannetta is so humble and so quietly goes about living. She loves life. She loves people. She cares about fellow human beings. She shows it in every step of the way. And what she did was, back in the day, I know that you'll probably hear a lot about, the accolades and the journey that she's had. So I won't repeat that, but I can just tell you about how I feel about her as a person. I know that when we were starting out in the 60s and the 70s, Patti was a trailblazer, and she represented the music community so wonderfully. That she was always on the go. She was the one that went to California. She's the one that represented us in Europe. She's the one that was one of the first group of women to have their own TV show. She had Christmas specials. And so for me coming up, she was a shero. And it was for us to talk about, what's Patti doing now? What's Patti doing now? Patti Jannetta has always fully gone into life with a smile and a passion and eagerness. And she was and is a good judge, or not a good judge. She has good taste in men. And the man that she chose has a good taste in women. And let me tell you, they have just this year celebrated 47 years of marriage. So awesome. So awesome. So when you think about what all three of these wonderful inductees have given to life, Patti Jannetta started off, from her family life, being loved and cared for by her parents, and then meeting the right person. And then throughout her life, she has had a formula of being able to teach people by just doing, by example. And we can see that in everything that she's been involved with the community. She loves life, she loves community, and above all else, she loves her friends and family. Family is the rock. So when you look at Patti and Dave's family, you see by example they are following in their parents' and their grandparents' path and doing right by the community. And that says a whole lot. So with family as your foundation, then you get into the community, and that's more family. So what she started off with by being a music icon, she went and took all that, like the mayor said, and put that into her everyday life, and that is her code of living. So we have benefited by how much she went and a lot of times put that music aside which was a big love for her, which is a big love for her. And when the community needed her, she was there. When she had entrepreneurial ideas, she didn't hesitate about how much work would be in it. She would just go out there and start asking people and getting it done. So I know that as a singer, to stand beside Patti Jannetta, she loves her music so much. She's a communicator. So in the songs that she chooses, in the songs that she does, she is committed and passionate about it. So when I stand beside her sometimes, like I can actually feel this vibration coming from her. And it's like, hold on, Jackie, you know what I mean? Because she's that much into communicating through her music, through her lyrics, what she feels and how she loves us and what she thinks about us, and that she is always committed to helping anybody in need. So I am very grateful that I get again to sing with her, through her telling her family stories, telling about her father, which brings out all these wonderful things that she's done. I'm still learning all the adventures that Patti Jannetta has been on. So I'm in for the long haul, so I'll listen all the way. And I am so grateful to the council, to the community, for acknowledging her, for her being one of the people acknowledged today, because she lives it. She lives for you. She lives for her family. And I want to say once more that I love me some Patti Jannetta. And if you all agree, say it with me. I love me some Patti Jannetta. God bless you all. I love you, Patti. Oh, okay. So right now you're going to see a video of Patti's accomplishments. Just a few, because I tell you, there's a lot. God bless.
Patti Jannetta worked her way up through the music industry into a position that has garnered her respect as a singer, entertainer, songwriter, and humanitarian. Patti's artistic journey began as a teen actress in the LA Vegas production of Jesus Christ Superstar, appearing across the hall from Elvis and Gladys Knight. She toured with icons Ronnie Hawkins and Bo Diddley, and represented Canada at the Sopot International Music Festival in Poland, where she not only won over the audience, but ended up appearing with French-Armenian singer-headliner Charles Aznavour, winning the festival's Musician's Favorite Award. Patti signed a record contract, wrote original music, and traveled across North America, Europe, and Asia, performing at festivals and concert venues with her band. She promoted 3 albums internationally and music videos, which spawned a Juno nomination for Most Promising Female Artist, Top 10 and Top 20 Hits, and a Diamond Record. She starred in her own CTV Christmas special, hosted telethons, and co-headlined 8 Much Music New Year's Eve concerts at Nathan Phillips Square, televised to millions. Patti's production about her father, Memories of Louis Jannetta and the Imperial Room, an original musical, continues to tour to sold-out enthusiastic crowds.
You know you make me want to shout, yeah, shout, all right, shout, yeah, shout, all right.
A founding director of award-winning festivals, including the Mississauga Waterfront Festival, Sing, Toronto Vocal Arts Festival,
Sleep, a young man watches over me, though he's
and Mississauga Ital Fest. Patti is an avid community and arts supporter, passionately mentoring emerging artists. She has received numerous awards, including a Queen's Golden Jubilee Medal, Laurie Pallet Patron of the Arts, Brilliant-Minded Women, International Woman of Inspiration, and the 2020 recipient of a Granite Star on Mississauga's Music Walk of Fame. The youngest and only woman asked to join the 2 Cents Too Long campaign in 1987, she traveled by bus to Ottawa to lobby Parliament along with the hierarchy of the songwriting establishment in Canada, including the Good Brothers, Burton Cummings, Gilmore, David Foster, and Ronnie Hawkins. They witnessed the passing of the bill that saw the 2-cent royalty law changed to 9 cents to match the USA and Europe. Patti and the group forever changed the lives of all Canadian songwriters. Home in Mississauga has always been special, whether the first Canada Day celebration in her city at Saddington Park, Hazel McCallion's Galas for the Arts, and filming a video for Sick Kids Hospital of her co-written song, Healing Hands, Changing Lives at Metalwork Studio.
From across the world, there are those who care. With courage and vision, the dream now comes alive. Healing hands.
Or bringing her father's memoirs to life at the Living Arts Center. Patti Jannetta is a Mississauga loyalist. Patti enjoys producing exciting, distinctive events for nonprofit and charities by fundraising through the gift of music.
Over the rainbow, way up high.
Never far from her first love, Patti continues to sing at many concerts, corporate events, and galas, and is often either the spokesperson, MC, or commentator.
Patti Jannetta. Now, if you don't know Patti Jannetta, then you haven't been to Canada. She's worked harder than anybody I've ever seen. She's done it all, folks, and I'm telling you what, she deserves any award that she can get above and beyond the call of duty. Let's pray.
Welcome to Mississauga Legends Row, Patti Jannetta.
Amazing. If I can please invite Mike Douglas, member of the Legends Row Advisory Circle, as well as the Executive Director of Mississauga Arts Council, to present the award, the Legends Row, to Patti Jannetta-Baker.
Same as we did last year.
Patti, come on up. Yes, yes.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Oh my God. How do I talk after this? But hi everyone, and just thank you so much for sharing the happiest and most momentous occasion, I think, so far, other than getting married and having kids, of my life. Thank you, Jackie, for inducting me. You know, as Ron noted, you're beyond amazing. and your immense talent. It just shines from within you, in the hearts of countless people here and all around the world. You're also one of the most loving, generous, and giving people that we know. One of our dearest friends, so thank you again. So I never imagined this, but I'll be forever grateful to be inducted into Mississauga's Legends Row. I'm ecstatic to be counted among the creators and builders of Mississauga and recognized, especially alongside such incredible trailblazers today, Peter Gilgan and Jack Prazeres. Please accept my deepest admiration and congratulations to you both. My life's been really blessed, and I know I'm very, very lucky. Since high school, I've been able to work at what makes me tick, but it hasn't always been easy, and I owe so much to those that helped me along the way, so here we go. Thank you, Dr. Robert Salter from Sick Kids Hospital. He performed 3 major surgeries on my legs, the first one at 5 years old, and gave me bionic ankles that actually set off the alarms at the airport in Germany. And at 12 years old, Dr. Salter gave me a big hug goodbye and said, "Now go dance." My wonderful husband, Dave, fellow musician, my partner in crime since we were so young. We met 3 weeks after my return from Jesus Christ Superstar and never looked back, forming a band, traveling across Canada, getting married, and when our daughter Michelle came along, Dave gave up playing music full time so that I could follow my dreams, one that often took me far away. Years later, when I decided to stop touring, Dave started working across the world, and I understood his sacrifice even more. Through the years, we've always worked with remarkable musicians and continued to make music together. Dave is so loved by our daughters, son-in-laws, and grandkids, and the most selfless and kindest person that I know and love. My mom, yeah. I feel the same. My mom, Corinne, and dad, Louis, were really my first biggest fans. Early days, my mom would take a train to Sudbury in midwinter with my 4-foot-tall Italian Nonna and cheer us on in a rock club we soon found out catered to bikers. I can see them now in the audience. My Nonna was so cute, and she was the center of attention because she'd go, "That's my granddaughter, that's a Patti." And everyone felt they had to send her Coke, Diet Coke, excuse me. Dave's lovely mom, Victoria, moved in when I was on tour, and my mom would come over almost daily because sometimes I was gone 3 months at a time. The girls were really happy because Dave's cooking was the worst, and unfortunately, it still is. My dad never wanted me to be a singer. As maitre d' of the Royal York Hotel's Imperial Room, he booked the biggest stars, but also witnessed the heartbreak and loneliness. He didn't want that life for me. But I was already hooked when at 6 years old, my dad had to bring me to work. And with a Shirley Temple in one hand, I heard the magnificence of Josephine Baker. And later on, when I was on tour, I'd come back to see shows by Ella Fitzgerald, Peggy Lee, Tony Bennett, Lena Horne, Tina Turner, and so many others. And I had always dreamed of being a singer, and then all of a sudden, I was one. But once my dad realized in those early days that nothing was going to stop me, he let me actually leave in my second last year of high school for Jesus Christ Superstar in the US with a tutor and a chaperone who actually did none of that, and a cast that were 11 years older included Victor Garber as Jesus. Throughout my career, his booming voice would be the biggest in the room, yelling, "Bravo!" And he'd also say, "And stop making those faces when you sing." Thank you to our beautiful, accomplished daughters, Michelle and Ashley, the light of our lives. It was hard leaving them when they were little. I lived with a lot of guilt. But they tell me they have great memories of a house filled with musicians and music, waking up to a dining room filled with many balloons, because we played a lot of big corporate jobs, and then at the end we'd like take all the balloons and just fill our van full of balloons. We'd bring them all in the dining room. When they woke up, it would just be a sea of balloons. And also they'd be with us on tours across the country and had the pleasure of discovering what fun cruise ships could be when their mom was working and their dad couldn't find them. Together with son-in-laws Kevin and Brent and our 6 grandkids, Owen, Shay, Kai, Grace, Connor, and Maddie. I said them all over the mics, kid. Life is a chaotic abundance of blessings that just keep on coming. To my family, especially sisters Connie and Susan and brother Frank, who couldn't be with us today, thank you for your support and love. Thank you to all of my dear friends, from far beyond where we are here to that I've met all over the world, to my closest friends here and all my new friends. Really thank you for all your support and encouragement. But especially to Susan and Debbie, Susan and Bill are here today, who helped watch our girls, fed our girls, drove them everywhere, and generally helped Dave cope. Kind of like sister wives without anything weird. So, to all of the musicians I've worked with through the years, and there's been so many, and so many incredible ones, to all the boards and committees and volunteers from every festival, every event, and every association I've worked with, every mentor, Jackie, role model, and shoulder to lean on or cry on, thank you for everything you've done for me. To Legends Row Board Chair Ron Duquette, he had to put up with me for quite a while, sending him millions of emails. Board members, Douglas Hancock, Jake Dheer, Diane Kalinchuk, and Judy Tuddy. I am forever thankful for this great honor. And to Jamie Gaspar, you're always there for those late night calls too. This really is one of the best days of my life. I'll never forget it. And I thank you all so much. Thank you.
We want me some Patti Jannetta-Baker! Yeah! What a legend. Folks, before we invite our next inductee, we have a very special presentation. You're going to enjoy this. He's from the Portuguese community, and he has made an incredible mark with the work he does. And I don't want to steal Charles's thunder away when he speaks about him, but I've known Jack for a number of years, starting off with Carasaga, and then what he's done with Luso and community living and so on and so on. But the Portuguese Cultural Center of Mississauga, they have a group called the Portuguese Folklore Community Group, the dance group, and they're going to do a very special presentation as we honor our next recipient, Mr. Jack Prazeres. the Portuguese folklore dance group, and Andrew's here. Make some noise one more time for them, folks. The Portuguese Cultural Centre of Mississauga. They're in Streetsville, right on Queen Street. Andrew, you have a special presentation.
Oh, thanks everyone for being here. Legends do have a lot of people that support them, so that's why we're here today. Yes, I'm catching my breath. I'm there. I just wanted to take a moment and just give Jack a small item from our center. Jack's been a part of our center for many years. And finally, last year, we achieved something special at our center, which is achieving a world record from Guinness. But Jack was there. Luso Charitable Foundations was there. His family was there. So I want to present Jack. We officially made the book. So I'd like for you to have one.
Just turn around, Jack, just turn around. Andrew, turn around, look at the camera. There we go, let's take a picture, make it look pretty. Awesome, thank you. Dun, da, dun, da, 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 da. Look at Charles, he's so proud. Okay, now I want everybody to get up, find a partner, and let's dance. Ain't gonna happen, Saturday afternoon. Mike's excited, he would do it. Yes. The Masquerade Ball's coming up, by the way, very, very soon. Next up to present and speak a lot of bit, because well-deserved, about our next inductee, I'd like to invite the Member of Parliament for Mississauga Lakeshore, a dear friend of the community before he even became an elected official. Please welcome our dear friend, Mr. Charles Sousa.
Buddy, help me up. And I'm just looking for my keys from the Lamborghini. That was awesome. I got to tell you, I was proud. I was proud of being Portuguese Canadian, a Luso Canadian, watching some of those folklores, and it does bring comfort to know that we're celebrating who we are as Canadians as well. Ladies and gentlemen, councillors, honored guests, and well-deserved inductees. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you as we share in the celebration of our legends. And I have the great privilege of introducing one of my special and dearest friends. He's someone well known to us over decades. He's someone who cares deeply for his family, his friends, and his community. I know firsthand the extent of his generosity. He's a man of great success in business and of greater success in nurturing his family. You can see that by little granddaughters, his own kids, his wife, and the son-in-law too. Good guy. He's a tremendous advocate for community engagement, and he's someone who's available at all times for others in need. I've witnessed how deeply he cares for those most vulnerable, with sincere tears in his eyes. Every time he speaks of individuals with special needs, he becomes their voice, their champion. Long ago, he took it upon himself, alongside someone else who's here as well, Tony Denizio, who took it upon themselves to do something unique and meaningful for them. He helped provide respite care for families and for those that had nowhere to go and nowhere to turn. He stepped up and provided emotional and financial support for those less fortunate. I'll spare you, at his request, his extensive accomplishments on his resume, but let it be known that he's received many honors, many medals, special awards of merits from various levels of government in recognition of his many achievements. And rest assured that the real measure of this individual is not when he's visible to the public or on TV, but when he works behind the scenes for the community, like his engagement in business and in industry associations, in community clubs, and in government initiatives within our community. I believe the real measure of this man is off camera. It's when he's with his family. He's unique. He's an individual that sacrifices himself for the betterment and the well-being of others. And he gives back. And he does so out of love and deep respect and care. He likes to brag about starting off as a bricklayer. And to this day, he continues to lay those building blocks on a strong foundation for the benefit of others. And he's built up an empire with great humility. In fact, he's rather self-deprecating, although he has no hesitation in putting you in your rightful place. He keeps egos in check, and he often feeds humble pie to others, especially politicians. Bottom line, he's always encouraging others to give back. I recall when he was appointed to impact the Municipal Property Assessment Board and to the Peel Regional Police Services Board, it was no cakewalk. He had to navigate through those civic duty complexities, personalities, conflicting points of view, just say a few. But he's a master. He was a natural pick because of his extensive engagement and involvement in our community, like Carasaga. He understands the diasporas in our city, especially being Portuguese Canadian. He understands the cultural mix and the benefit of our diversity. Jack is often the first to step up and be part of any initiative that helps others, like a long-term care home or an affordable and supportive housing complex. But by far, his greatest legacy is Luso-Canadian Charitable Society. He's been part of 3 respite care locations across the GTA. And one of the most important and most prominent is right here in Mississauga. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so proud to celebrate Jack Prazeres. We are going to congratulate him in a moment. I'm sure we're going to have a video. But you are being honored with extraordinary inductees. Indeed, Jack's in good company. Alongside Patti Jannetta-Baker, artiste extraordinaire, who've done so much for our community over many years. You do have some great daughters, by the way. Peter Gilgan, a philanthropic champion, who's always made a huge mark in Mississauga, and for that matter, across Canada. Together, they are being enshrined among the legends of Mississauga. And before I thank Jack to come up to the podium, I think we're going to celebrate on screen the extraordinary public service that this man has done for our community.
Jack Prazeres is a man on a mission. Born into a farming family not far from Lisbon, Portugal, Jack says he really didn't grow up in a family of volunteers, but attributes some of his philanthropic interests to his grandmother, who often volunteered at their church. With the support of his wife, Otilia, children Cynthia and Jason, he has become one of the community's most prolific volunteers, combining his professional experience with his desire to help others. With more than 40 years of business and construction experience behind him, Jack is using his skills, his wide array of interests, and his industry contacts to help better the lives of people who have a disability. A goodwill ambassador for the disabled, Jack says those who hold the purse strings find it easy to ignore people because they're often not very vocal. We have to speak up for them, he adds. Jack is no stranger to speaking up for others. As the former publisher of the Portuguese Post and current publisher of Censo, a quarterly magazine published in both Portuguese and English, Jack has been able to support his perspective and the views of his readers through his publications. His support of important organizations within the Portuguese community are legendary. From the creation of the Luso-Canadian Charitable Society, who provide a safe, supportive, and caring environment for individuals and families living with physical and/or developmental disabilities, to the Portuguese Cultural Center of Mississauga, who represent this community, promoting their social, cultural, and recreational activities, along with the preservation and development of Portuguese culture. He works tirelessly, despite his busy schedule as owner of Central Group Building Supplies, a family-owned and operated business in the GTA. He has utilized his vast network of contacts to fundraise for Community Living Mississauga and Victim Services of Peel. Carasaga, Canada's largest multicultural festival, has also benefited from Jack's volunteer support for many years. Everything he has accomplished is based on great teamwork, he'll add. He relies on his family, his friends, and colleagues for their support. Jack has been recognized by a wide variety of organizations for his volunteer efforts, including the Queen's Jubilee Award, the Mississauga Volunteer Award, the Order of Portugal Commendator Medal, the Ontario Medal of Good Citizenship, and has been inducted into the Portuguese Canadian Walk of Fame. Mississauga Legends Row is proud to induct Jack Prazeres into our Walk of Fame.
If I can please invite Marek Ruta, a member of the Legends Row Advisory Council and the immediate past chair of Carasaga, to present the Legends Row Award to Mr. Jack Prazeres. And some of you couldn't see this, but as Charles was speaking about Jack, the two grandkids had the cameras all ready and recording, and when Jack's in a board meeting, the first thing he talks about are the grandkids and what he's doing with them and how he gets upset when he can't see them, and he just, and the screensaver is the grandkids. Love this man, Mr. Jack Prazeres, our legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends, good afternoon. It is, I'm without words. I was going to just cancel out my speech. It's hard to speak. I still don't believe it. It's not true. I want to congratulate Peter Gilgan and Patti. With all respects to Peter, I'm a little bit jealous of Patti because I can't sing. I can build a house though, but I can't sing. So not only that, she had a superstar introducing her. I got a politician. Figure that one out. I can't win. You know, certain things just don't leave you. And I remember when I was a kid in Portugal, and my grandfather was lucky enough, he had a car. And he would steal me from my parents every Sunday and take me to watch folklore, no matter where it was in the country. He would drive every Sunday to watch folklore, and it's still chasing me around. I get folklore today. Thank you, Portuguese Cultural Center of Mississauga. That was amazing. That was a great surprise. Thank you. I acknowledge our spare mayor, Chris Fonseca, Brad, Stephen, Charles Sousa, and I believe Peter Fonseca is here as well. Where is he? Oh, there's Peter. Some great friends among the years. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, a lot of friends here today. This, like I said, this is still unbelievable. the words, this is stolen from family and friends time. That's how you get these awards. You get these awards, but you lose a lot of family time and you lose a lot of time with your friends. For that, I want to apologize to my family and to my friends, missing birthday parties, come late to birthday parties, late meetings at night, and not being there over the years. My wife, Otilia, my son, my daughter, Jason and Cynthia, Laura and Dave, and my two little ones, Victoria and Olivia, the ones taking pictures over there. Of course, my mother is here too. My mother, believe it or not, she's 82. And she's in better shape than I am. She often asks, why are you so tired? My sister-in-laws, my brother-in-law, everybody's here. Thank you, all my friends, all my family to be here. I'm here because of one person. It was back many years ago, I think it was 92 or 93. His name was Tony Dionisio. He pushed me to be a volunteer. He pushed me to go to work for Lusa to volunteer. And ever since then, he hasn't allowed me to stop. He pushed me to help build the Portuguese Culture Center of Mississauga. It was because of him that I worked so hard. Thank you, Tony. Also want to thank all my business associates that sometimes I'm supposed to be at certain meetings and I'm not there because I'm volunteering. So to them, a special thank you because they fill in all the holes on my behalf. And of course, all my friends are here today from all the boards that I've been involved with, from LUSO to the PCCM, from Community Living, Peel Police, and others. I know Lynn is here. I know some of the boards. Jacinta is here from Dona Elena. One of my vice presidents, he's in Las Vegas watching the race. I'll never forgive him for that. But his wife and his daughter is here. Thank you very much for being here. And all my other friends are here today. I got a lot of friends. I didn't know I had so many friends. There is no food after this, so I don't know why they're here. I have no idea why they're here. Of course, this all goes back to teamwork, and I'm here on behalf of a team. Everywhere I worked, it's been a team. I've just happened to be somehow got pushed into the leadership, but it's teamwork. So it's all of you that are here, most of them are here, all the boards that are here. Sometimes I feel that I don't deserve it because it should be Jack Prazeres and team, or team and Jack Prazeres. So to them, a big round of applause for everybody that's been in these teams. I want to thank the committee. I want to Ron and Jake, and special thank to Marek Ruta, which I saw grow in Mississauga. He was a little baby at the door punching, stamping passports, and became the chair after many years of, it took him a while to learn the system, but he did. Congratulations, Marek. Thank you to everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm so humbled. I could go on all night, but I know Peter still has half an hour to go, so I will finish it here. I want to thank everybody. I hope I didn't forget anybody. If I did, I apologize. I'm all nervous. I'm shaking, but I love you all. Thank you. Sorry. You can stand up. But I have to say this, the three most influential people outside of my family, it's got to be Tony Dionisio, Hazel, and José Mario Coelho. People that every day, when I do my daily thing, I think what they would do in my position. So to them, a big thank you.
I know he said there's no food after this, but Jack has a beautiful farmhouse. So after we're done here, guess where we're headed? I have the address. Congratulations, my friend. Well deserved. Yes. Our third and final inductee for this year, to present the Legends Row Award to him, I'd like to invite somebody who I just have get a chance to work with at Trillium Health Partners in my role on the foundation board. She is someone who I just love and respect. She provides great care leadership at Trillium Health Partners as the president and CEO. Would you please welcome Karli Farrow?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. What an absolute honor it is to be here today and to introduce into the Legends Row Peter Gilgan. I'm going to start by quoting Peter. And so this quote says, "My dream has always been to create places where families can experience the best life has to offer by thoughtfully planning homes and communities that suit the way they really live." For over 4 decades, Peter has led Mattamy Homes, Canada's premier home building company, considered the largest private home builder in North America. And it all started right here in the GTA. The quote that I just gave you was delivered on the occasion of Mattamy's 100,000th home, and so summed up so much of what is extraordinary about the inductee into Mississauga's Legends Row that I have the privilege of introducing. The first home built by Mattamy was a single-family dwelling in Burlington, and the company proudly shares that the family who bought it lived there for 30 years. So fast forward to today, and across Mississauga, the GTA, the whole country, and North America, there are families living in homes that represent the quality of community that Peter and Mattamy build into every single project. So today we're inducting Peter and recognizing his commitment to communities that has made our community of Mississauga stronger. So I have to talk about Hazel as well. Hazel, who loved Mississauga as much or more than any of us, knew that communities needed to be designed for the people who lived in them. And this is something that she shared with all of us when she had a chance to talk to us in the masses or one-on-one. Who are those people? I remember her saying. You have to know who the people in your community are. And in the case of Mississauga, what is our rich diversity and how do we ensure they have what they need to succeed? When I reflected back on Hazel's words of wisdom, it sounded a lot like Peter's quote and the fact that he builds communities to suit the way people really live. For Hazel, education and healthcare were fundamental to building a strong community. I also recall her saying this often: they must be what people have for a strong community. And we all know the storied tales of building the Credit Valley Hospital, first and foremost around her kitchen table. And she always was thinking about what the next generation of growth was for our community. So again, I reflect on that as I think about Peter's commitment through the Peter Gilgan Foundation to advancing the causes that support this very notion. It's quite simply remarkable. The Peter Gilgan Foundation's mission is to improve the lives of children and family by empowering initiatives that help the world transition to a more healthy, prosperous, and sustainable future. This mission is supported across our region, the country, and the entire world. Here in Mississauga, we have experienced this support for many years. So, Acting Mayor Chris Fonseca mentioned World Prematurity Day, which we celebrated with her and her boys yesterday at the Mississauga Hospital. Our NICU at the Mississauga Hospital was refurbished about a decade ago thanks to the generous donation from Peter and his foundation. And fast forward as we look to the last 5 years, where this incredible generosity has supported seniors' care through the Tour de Blue fundraising initiative, and then, of course, as has been mentioned, the historical investment of $105 million to establish the Gilgan Family Queensway Health Center and the new Peter Gilgan Mississauga Hospital. This transformational gift has truly enabled what we envision for the future. The Gilgan Family Queensway Health Centre is a 9-story, 600,000 square foot, state-of-the-art facility for complex continuing care and rehab services right here in our community. It will have over 350 beds, and we are going to break ground in the new year. Then we have the Peter Gilgan Mississauga Hospital. 22 stories, those are hospital stories, so equate those to condo tower, it would be about 33 stories. Almost 3 million square feet and almost 1,000 beds. It will be Canada's largest hospital. It will be home to the cardiac, neurosciences, critical care, and surgical expert care that our community needs and deserves. But it's so much more than that. And over time, we've had the opportunity to share with Peter our vision for this community in delivering cutting-edge, interconnected care that is a part of a system of care. 2 weeks ago, we opened a 632-bed seniors care facility at Wellbrook Place. We created a not-for-profit company called Partners Community Health, and that center will serve as a seniors hub, connected to our expert care delivered in the acute care system. And then we advance partnerships through academic, business, and the community to interconnect services using leading-edge digital services, virtual care, so that when you come in any door, you can be guided to the right place. As I think about the future that we've talked about, that has been enabled by this historic gift, I come back to Hazel again. She has been a part of every single one of our discussions about building the next generation of healthcare in Mississauga, but as we knew, always with a vision that we could show the world how a community is built. And that is what we are doing for healthcare here. It's not just about growth. It's about a better future for everyone. I have to share this with you today because, Peter, she talked about you a lot and your role in all of this. And as I wrote remarks and reflected, I knew that she would want me to share this. In fact, it was my last conversation with her, sitting again at her kitchen table, talking about the future of healthcare. And it was about 2 weeks before she died. She was sharing with me a lot, as she did at that time, and I know Fran and Peter are here and welcomed a lot of people through that kitchen table over her last weeks. But I remember this. She stopped mid-sentence in talking about the future of the hospital, and she simply said your name, Peter Gilgan. Now there's a builder. Silence. Peter. Look at that commitment to our Mississauga Hospital. Oh, I'm so happy he's named it. That is exactly what we needed. Yes, it's your extreme generosity that I knew she was talking about, but I knew it was so much more than that. She saw you as a person of values, principles, a person who pushes the boundaries and innovates, who uses your influence to make the world a better place. All of the things she wanted for her great city to be associated with forever. Peter, today we recognize the iconic role that you play in our country as a business and civic leader and a philanthropist. And we bring that right to the heart of what you represent in achieving all of that. A community builder, above all else, who has and continues to make Mississauga better in so many important ways. It is my honor to thank you for what you are doing for healthcare in our city, in our country, and the world. Thank you for all that you do and you continue to do, and welcome to Legends Row. And now I'm going to introduce a video that demonstrates the remarkable history of Peter's giving.
Peter Gilgan founded Mattamy Homes in 1978, deriving the name from the names of his first two children, Matt and Amy. And much like the name of the company, Gilgan sought to inject creativity and a sense of family into his projects. Contemporary construction at the time appeared bland in Gilgan's eyes, so he began to construct homes with an individualistic and creative focus planned according to human needs, not lot sizes. Gilgan focused on superior aesthetic design and is famed for the popularization of the unique wide lot design, which gave his homes a greater view of the street and literally changed the industry. Mattamy Homes evolved over years, and the company is now the largest privately owned home builder in North America. To date, Gilgan's company has built more than 125,000 uniquely developed properties across Canada and the United States. But home is where the heart is, and the Greater Toronto Area continues to be Mattamy's most important and largest market, where its headquarters and most employees are located. Throughout his career, Gilgan has also prioritized giving back to the community and has a history and reputation for making significant philanthropic contributions to multiple charities and organizations. His philanthropy extends back to 2006, when the Peter Gilgan Foundation began.
You know, philanthropy obviously involves either giving of your money or your time, and sometimes both. But it also means trying to find things where you can make a difference to people either locally or globally. A number of my children are involved in things where we as a family collectively say, these are the things we really believe in, these are the things we really think we'd like to try and affect change on. And so it is evolving.
Mr. Gilgan's multi-million-dollar commitment to philanthropy and community building is unparalleled, from healthcare to physical activity to higher education and community legacies. His lifetime charitable donations to date total more than $370 million.
Probably the most special moment that I've had would have been in Kenya. And certainly what made it special was not the amount of money involved, but really the reaction of the people. And most importantly for me was I had 12 family members with me, and the sense of bonding, I guess, that went with that experience, literally priceless.
In February 2022, Mr. Gilgan made a historic gift of $105 million to Mississauga's Trillium Health Partners, the largest donation to a hospital in Canadian history, to support Trillium in building the biggest and most advanced hospital in Canada.
We're so excited for our new hospital.
Thank you, Peter!
Thank you very much, Mr. Gilgan. We're going to have a fantastic hospital, thanks to you.
Thank you for helping to create a new kind of healthcare for a healthier community.
One of Canada's most successful entrepreneurs and generous philanthropists, Mr. Gilgan was awarded one of the country's highest civilian honors when he was appointed as a member of the Order of Canada in 2013 in recognition of his innovative leadership in Canada's construction industry and for his philanthropic support of initiatives in healthcare, education, and athletics. In 2012, Mr. Gilgan was named to the Order of Ontario for his business leadership and philanthropic initiatives. In 2013, he was honored with the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal in recognition of outstanding achievement and public service. In 2020, Mr. Gilgan was promoted to an Officer of the Order of Canada. Welcome to Legends Row, Peter.
To present the Legends Row Award to our inductee, Peter Gilgan, I invite Caroline Riseborough, the President and CEO of Trillium Health Partners Foundation. Karli, go up. Yep. Great.
So we've run over time, so I'm not going to give a speech. Let's go. No. Anyway, you know, there's been so many things said this afternoon. First of all, there's been a lot of song and dance, so I'm not going to do that. But, you know, Patti, I lived for about 10 or 12 years in Port Credit. And as you would well know, there's a very kind of thriving live music scene there. And over the years and many beers, I became friends with many of the musicians down there, and occasionally would find myself at one of their apartments. And it was those kind of apartments that we've all seen probably in our life. The baseboards are this high. There's 10 coats of paint over the baseboards because that's how you refresh the apartment after the last tenant moved out. You know, the ones with the little parquet floors, those little 4-inch square things and stuff. And it really occurred to me, and these are some pretty good musicians, really dedicated, hard-working, talented musicians. And they sure weren't in it for the money. They were in it for the love of the craft. Well, I love my craft, but I also love money. So anyway, no, we've done very well. And many of my colleagues are here today, and without the contribution that my colleagues make to making our business so successful, this wouldn't be possible. That's where the money comes from. It doesn't come out of a tree. So thank you all to my dear colleagues who helped to make this company a great success. So I grew up in Etobicoke, and when I was a young teenager, we had the I was a real nerdy guy, and we used to on our spare time try and build little stereo things, but you made out of components. There was an organization called Heathkit. I've seen a couple of folks that are old enough to remember. And you'd buy all the little components and you'd make amplifiers and things out of it. And we'd ride our bicycles out to the farthest away place you could imagine called Cooksville. At 5 and Dime, the corner of 5 and Dime. And Heathkit was out there. And you drive through farms and so on and find Cooksville. And then you'd go to Heathkit, you'd come out, you'd look around, it was just farms everywhere. And that was... 60 years ago, I guess. Not quite, but getting close. And then, I guess 50 years ago, I found myself, I was a chartered accountant in that days, and we had a client out in a little town called Streetsville, a car dealership. And the raucous mayor of Streetsville would come in and to say, and the guy who ran it, believe it or not, his name was John A. McDonald. And John, what's going on? How's business? And so on, she'd say. And he would inevitably report, let me see, how many years ago? It was 50 years ago. He would report things were fine, and he'd keep up the good work and all that stuff. So this was the mayor of Streetsville at the time, Hazel. So that was 50 years ago. Now, I re-met Hazel. Of course, I was a little bean counter in the back, and she didn't know who I was, but you could tell when she came in, it was a hurricane, as we all know, when she came into the store. And then 40 years ago, I re-met Hazel, but for her, probably the first time. And I'll tell you the story because it's interesting. We had our really very first successful project in Mississauga at that time on the Credit River, and it was a story of incredible good luck how it all turned out. And we were fortunate enough to get some more lots after that, and we said, well, let's keep the momentum going. Let's build some, sell some more houses, build some more houses, right? And so we dragged the sales office or sales trailer that we had, this luxurious thing, up Credit View or wherever it was, up Burnham, across Burnham, up the road to a street called Britannia Road and Credit View area. We shovel off the dirt, put some gravel down, and move the trailer there. And we're going to open for business, right? And the salesman, he's getting ready to open. He calls me. He said, "Peter, you got to get here." I said, "What's wrong?" And he says, "Well, there's this old lady here yelling and screaming at me. And I think we're in trouble." "What did you do, Jimmy?" He said, "Well, she said something about we need a permit." "A permit, Jimmy? For what? We're not building yet." Anyway, I went out there and I came to understand that you needed a building or some kind of permit to even put up a sales office in Mississauga. So it was an interesting first real encounter with Hazel. But somehow my bumbling naivete or whatever, and she believed my bullshit that I didn't really know, that we were supposed to have a permit, and we became kind of friends after that. So that's my story of Mississauga. But one of the points of it is that's the context in which the existing Mississauga Hospital was built in. That there was a Cooksville and a Streetsville and a this and a that, and not much else. So, 50 years later or 60 years later, Mississauga, the sixth largest city in Canada, and growing to become even larger with all the development around here in Square One and so forth. The needs, of course, have changed, and I'm really so thrilled to be part of contributing to, as Karli said, the largest healthcare center. Unbelievable accomplishment for the city of Mississauga and for Trillium Health Partners. Unbelievable, really. We should be proud of it. This hospital will not only serve folks from Mississauga, but it'll be a catchment area for not only all of Peel region, but Halton region. And I love the idea, and I'll shut up in a minute because we're running late, I know, but I love the idea that it also kind of has a greater contribution to the healthcare system in Ontario, because it becomes a sort of a catchment area, a catchment for literally millions of people, 3 or 4 million people that would otherwise have to trek into what's become an almost impassable city called Toronto to get to their health care. So this is going to be, with the transit there and so forth, it's a brilliant achievement. And once again, I'm very proud to have been supportive of it. And thank you, everyone, for taking time out of, otherwise they could be over at Square One investing in Christmas shopping right now and so on. So thanks all for coming, and we'll get out of here and have a great rest of the weekend. Thank you.
If I can please invite Mike Douglas, Marek Ruta, Caroline Riseborough, Karli Farrow, along with all 3 inductees to unveil their respective plaques, Mr. Jack Prazeres, Patti Jannetta, and Peter Gilgan. And I just want to let you know that these are life-size copies of the plaques that are being manufactured and will be displayed on Legends Row in the next few weeks. So don't unveil. We'll do a countdown with everybody. Let me know when you're ready, Ronnie. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And usually at the one you unveil. Yes, there we go. That's nice. Okay, that was exciting. That was really wonderful. So again, these are life-size copies of the plaques that are being manufactured right now and will be displayed on Legends Row right outside in a few weeks. But very soon we have an incredible cake with our inductees' photos on that cake. If the inductees could please come up and we're going to cut the cake.